Okay, so we're back live, and just like we said, we're going to start right at 2:15. So for those of you that have held on through some of these delays, we appreciate it very much. My name is Jeff Baldwin, and I want to thank you guys first for joining us and again hanging in there. I am the regional sales manager. I cover the central U.S. for our core products and also our compact equipment. We have representation throughout the U.S. as well as internationally. So we've got Australia, Asia, Europe, Latin America. So we can reach out to you wherever you are and have representation and get you the answers you need. Feel free to reach out to us. For those of you that are joining us and don't know anything about us, I wanted to give you a little bit of a history about Vacuworx. We're right at the 21-year mark, celebrating 21 years of lifting technology, and it was all started to provide a safer way to move and handle pipe and keep people out of harm's way. Throughout the years, it's evolved to cover different markets. We've evolved into utility markets, construction markets, demolition markets, interior demolition, road plate, concrete ducts, boxes, everything you can imagine we can pull a vacuum to, we can lift and do it safely and efficiently. In 2016, we used the same technology. This is all we do is vacuum lifting. And in 2016, we took that same technology and scaled it down to compact equipment that's driven in 3 different ways. We have hydraulically driven units, electric, and then what we're going to talk about some today is our battery powered options. So again, same technology, and we're working on keeping fingers and toes safe and keeping people out of way of getting injured. The whole purpose of us, again, is safety based, and it's a commitment. It's not just in our literature, it's a way of life here, and it's what we do, and we're strongly committed to making sure people go home and they go home uninjured. So, and all while we're doing that, we want to increase production and help you with your bottom line. So today, again, we're going to talk a little bit about the units we have here, but principally speaking, there's 4 components to any of the vacuum technology. We have the vacuum pump, vacuum reservoir and valve, the vacuum pads, and we also incorporate visual and audio alarms for redundant safety. Go ahead. Some of the bottom line benefits that we help with is, again, above everything else, is safety and keeping you out of harm's way. Then we look at less downtime, less noise, vibration, dust, any of the silica exposure, and then we prevent damaging material and lift it safely as well there. Today, 2 of the products we're going to talk about are on the compact line are the battery powered units. So we have the PS1 and the PhD today. A lot of this is used for interior demolition, concrete removal, handling road plate, and we also have a variety of exterior applications from quarries to larger projects. The thing that's unique about this is they're lightweight and portable. No power source is required, so you don't have to tie into anything. You don't have to hook up to a hydraulic system. You can just take it, set it, and go. Go ahead and turn that. This is the PS1 right here. This is our first foray into the battery-powered realm, and we developed it along with Sherpa for their electric units, so they could do interior work where no combustion engines were allowed, where noise was an issue, and again, we help in the process of eliminating exposure to silica dust. So we developed this 25 pounds with this PS1, and all that's needed for this application is it's a manual control, so you can activate and deactivate and release the vacuum. Then we have a hose to connect it, and then of course your vacuum pad. So we hook that up, and if you can take a look here, you can see the pad seal. which I have right here. We do this 1 inch by 2 inch piece, and we also have 2 inch by 2 inch for our larger portions as rubber compound. And there's about as much research and development into this pad seal. And after all, this is what connects 200 pounds up to 93,000 pounds between the lifting device and what we are lifting. So this has been developed and engineered and constantly improved upon to be durable, pliable, UV resistant, abrasive resistant, so you can get maximum number of lifts and again, be more efficient in the process. So again, the PS1, good up to 1,700 pounds, depending on what pad we attach with it, and a variety of host machines with this as well. Again, the electric Sherpa is what we started out with. We also have a dolly system for loads under 200 pounds. And a lot of this is not about getting someone's life out of harm's way, but it's protecting fingers, toes, and repetitive nature on your back. And you do 200 panels at 150 pounds or 100 pounds all day, and that's going to affect employees and their performance throughout the day. On to the next one. We have the PDH, recently developed, and one of the reasons we developed is because we hear and we listen to you, and we have the ability to make those changes here. We design, fabricate, engineer, and manufacture everything here at our headquarters in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and this was developed, again, people wanted bigger, stronger, faster. They wanted more versatility in their host equipment, and they wanted to do bigger lifts. So the two biggest changes we made with the PDH is we sped up the process. We added twin pumps, and then we added a remote activation and release of the vacuum. So through the remote control here, you can, once the unit is on, we're able to tell it when to lift and when to release. So if you're on the end of a fork or hanging from a different type of host equipment, we don't need that second person down around the trouble area to activate and release the vacuum. You can do it all from one point. We're going to show you a lift here in a little bit. As we briefly went over, there's a variety of applications, a variety of pads, a variety of host equipment, a variety of ways to attach. We want to be as versatile as possible so we can meet whatever needs and whatever equipment you have on the job. We brought some of those here today, along with some of the pad sizes that are standard, but we also want you to keep in mind if there's an application, something that you need, we can design, build it to your specifications. So this unit right here is our dolly, and we have an 8x12 pad. So this 8x12 pad is capable of lifting 632 pounds. We have two other standard pad sizes here. We have the 12x12, which is 1,195 pounds, and then we have a 16x16, which is capable of lifting 1,562 pounds. Through the PDH, you can go up to 2,500 pounds, and I'll show you in just a minute where that will come in. And then lastly, we have kind of a custom pad. This is an 8x20 pad, and it was designed for somebody working on pulling some steps, and they needed a smaller footprint to be able to get in there and create that positive vacuum seal. So as we continue to progress, we're going to swing over here. Again, a customer need out at a quarry did not want to constantly go back with host equipment. So they asked us to look into designing a forklift attachment so they could just slide the forks in, take it out, and go on about their business at the quarry. So we came up with the fork adapter. It allows for two pads, one single pad in the middle if you choose to. But this again was for a quarry where they were working with 46 by 72 inch limestone slabs, and it gave them greater coverage and allowed them not to work with dunnage, not to have to have anything in between the different layers. They could come right from the top, lift it safely, and have a very secure seal. When we did that, not every surface is flat. So again, this is part of keeping things versatile and allowing things to work in a variety of ways for you. So we added we welded some picking eyes there, allowed for a sling attachment. So if there's an uneven surface, anything they can get to, they're able to manipulate along the contours of their work environment. So this unit here with two 8x12 pads can lift a little bit over 1,000 pounds, 1,250 or so. And we can go bigger than that, up to 2,500 pounds on the PhD. So again, a variety of applications: concrete, limestone, quarry work, road plate, steel plate, a lot of the things that are troublesome to get to, and especially on a repetitive nature. Here, we allow it to do with one operator, one person involved, and we can reallocate other personnel to do other tasks on the job. We're going to do a live lift for you here with the PhD. Very simple, and we're going to go ahead and get to it. Easy is turning on the equipment, syncing up the remote control. Are you able to hear it on there?
Probably not.
So we're going to activate the vacuum, and you can hear the alarm telling us we're not safe to lift. You can zoom in here. Or you have to zoom in all the way over there. To the page. So not only, again, do we have the visual alert that says we're good to lift, we also had an audio when it got a little bit over 15 pounds that the audio alarm shut off, and we're just about 25 inches and we're very safe to lift. We took a piece of limestone a little bit over the recommended weight for the dolly, so it's at 230 pounds, but it'll give you an idea of what you can do with just one person. Cut it out. We're ready to take it out. So 2-button release for safety. So 3 seconds on that. Vacuum releases. And we're ready for the next lift, which we'll do again. One touch. Here's the alarm going. Good secure load, safe, no fingers. So we hope you can take a look at any of the applications you may have requiring repetitive nature, 100, 200, 300, all the way out up to 2,500 pounds of, depending on your host equipment, safely removing and handling concrete, road plate, and doing it more efficiently, less personnel, and as always in a much safer fashion. We welcome any questions you may have, and I believe in the descriptions that we're going to put contact information along with regional representation. So if they're in your area and you have an application that you want us to take a look at, please reach out to us, and we cannot wait we love being out there on the jobs with you. We love being in front of you, sitting in the cabs of an excavator and doing the work with you. And right now we're restricted because of some of what's happening with COVID. We can't wait to get back in front of you. But until that time, we're going to present a couple series showcasing some of our products and doing some live demos. We hope you will join us, and we hope you'll reach out to us for any way that we can help you. And until then, do we have any questions coming in?
You don't make this of the world and all.
What?
We don't have any questions right now, but
Okay. Okay, something came up to Denise here, and wanted to talk a little bit more about the dolly. And even this, like we talked about with the fork adapter, it is designed to be versatile where we can get more weight to make it easier. So you can see here through a series of pin placements, we can extend it out here and extend this to allow a little more versatility and ease by changing that fulcrum in the point. So again, everything is versatile, designed to be diverse and meet a variety of needs, whether it's 80 pounds up to 200 pounds, that we can move it safely and efficiently. Thank you. Anything else? Anybody have any questions about what we might want to cover? Any uses?
Oh, just a lot of congrats.
Okay, another thing we have on there, if we can showcase this before we head out. This limestone is relatively smooth and a pretty good surface. But one thing that this pad seal allows, and we talked about all the engineering that goes into it, about it being pliable yet durable. One of the things that pliability helps with is it can overcome variance in your surface. So brushed concrete is not a problem. And in general, about 3/8 of an inch we can overcome through the pad seal itself. And one of the beauties of vacuum lifting, though, you either have it or you don't. There's no guesswork. If we were not able to provide a positive seal, our alarm system would tell us we're not ready to lift and the green light would not go on. So we know we couldn't have a safe lift on that. And if you ever get into that situation about a product, can we lift it or can we not, we will either work with you to find out, have you done it before, or we'll get a unit in your hands to test it. So we want to make sure this works for you. We don't want to just sell you something.
So we have a couple questions about the battery.
Yeah.
One person wants to know what's the battery life.
So we have, in the PS1, we have a 12 volt rechargeable battery, and you can get about 8 to 10 hours of runtime. In the PhD, along with all the technology in the world related to batteries, is they're constantly improving for quicker charge and longer runtime. So the PhD is kind of a second generation battery. So quicker charge and longer runtime, and you get about 8 to 10 hours on that as well.
Okay, so my next question about the battery is the battery autonomy.
Is it what?
The battery autonomy, maybe anatomy, I'm not really sure what it means.
The battery anatomy?
Maybe where it's at, what condition it's in, kind of thing.
Where it's located specifically?
Yeah.
Oh, do you wanna crack into one?
Yeah, let's do that. And while you're cracking in, somebody wants to know what the recharge time is of the battery.
Okay, so full charge can go from 6 to 8 hours down to 3 or 4 hours on the secondary battery. I mean on the PhD battery. And we're gonna go ahead and crack open the PS1. There's some simplicity along with some complexities here. So the components in and of themselves are relatively simple, but again, we've done 21 years trial, error, improvement on how to set it up, how to produce the proper amount of vacuum, and do it in the quickest way possible, all in a confined space, making it lightweight, portable, and durable. And very relatively maintenance free. We have a filter that you can change out, and here's the battery here, a smart charger, and through a plug-in system, charge the battery, and when not in use, we disconnect that. To be in use, connect those and charge it, and it'll indicate when it's charging and when it's fully ready. Also on top, we will have a voltage readout, digital readout. This is not hooked up to anything. We'll put our finger over it and it'll kind of an example of how the alarm works until it gets to the safe lifting level. And we're, we're just replicating that right here. But that's when we'll get the audio alarm to disengage.
So another question we got, are other side pads available?
Our other side, another question we got, are other pads available? And yes, we have a standard set. We'd love everything to fit in that box, but we know the real world doesn't always put everything in a standard box, and sometimes we have to figure things out. So earlier I referenced we do design, engineer, fabricate everything in-house. So we do have the capability to customize to get you exactly what you need for the job you need. You don't have anything else? Okay. And in something like that, we would just need to know the weight, what you're lifting, what you plan to lift it with, get an idea of the surface that you're lifting, and then we'll help design the pad for you. But we like to do everything in concert with you, and we really feel like we're partners with you in the project.
No more questions yet?
No more questions yet? Okay. Well, again, I don't know how these things conclude. This is our first go at it, but for those that stuck with us in the beginning when we had some of the technical difficulties, we certainly appreciate that. We are glad you joined us, and like anything, we hope you learned something, and hopefully it generated some ideas of how you may be able to do something more efficiently, safer, and quicker. So until then, I want everybody to have a good weekend, stay safe out there, and we look forward to hearing from you soon.